शुद्धता देना। हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु, आँखों में बस जाओ, अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना। बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा, दिलों में प्रेम का सागर, हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना। हमारा कर्म हो सेवा, हमारा धर्म हो सेवा, सदा ईमान हो सेवा, वो सेवक चर बना देना। वतन के वास्ते जीना, वतन के वास्ते मरना, वतन पर जान फिदा करना, प्रभु हमको सिखा देना। दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना। दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना।
Thank you, everyone. Please take your seat. Now, my co-host is Avinash. Please take over.
Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome all the participants to this digital festival of ServeSmart 2.0 webinar on social media literacy and online privacy. And I also welcome our respected chief guest and our speaker, Ms. Pranana Shekia ma'am, to this online session. Ms. Pranana Shekia ma'am is a global program manager, World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. She serves as the global program manager at the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. She has been instrumental in initiatives like the ServeSmart 2.0 program, which educates young people on digital safety and responsible online behavior. This program, developed in collaboration with Northern Light, equips youth with the essential knowledge to navigate the digital world safety while fostering advocacy for equal digital access. Pranana has played a key role in ensuring the program's success, impacting over 350,000 participants globally across 44 countries. Her leadership in digital education reflects a deep commitment to empowering girls and young women, aligning with WAC's mission to create safe and informed communities. This makes her an inspiring figure for discussion around online privacy and social media literacy. I welcome once again, ma'am.
Thank you, Abhinesh. Hello, everyone. Shall I start with my...
Yes, please.
Yes?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Before that, we can have some lighting of lamp, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now you can carry on.
Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I am Prerna Sake. Thank you for the brief introduction, Abhinesh. I'm really happy to be here today. Again, I am Prerna Sakya and I am from Kathmandu, Nepal. I work for WAGS, the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, as the Global Programs Manager. And the program I actually manage is SurfSmart, which is the Internet Safety Program that you have just introduced. I would like to share the presentation. Is it ready? Because I shared the presentation with BSc.
Yes, ma'am. Can I share that?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. So thank you to BSG again one more time for giving me this platform today to briefly talk about SurfSmart program. Just to let you know, by the time the team is loading the presentation, so I'm going to talk about the social media literacy today. And I know the SurfSmart Carnival is happening at BSG. So
यहाँ 8-11 की निकली थी 14-11 तक आपत्ति मांगी गई थी
I would like to request those who are not speaking, if you could mute your mic. Okay, thank you so much. So yes, just repeating that I acknowledge that BSc is doing the SurfSmart Carnival, which is a great initiative. Thank you so much for for doing that carnival. We are really grateful that you are utilizing the SurfSmart curriculum for the same and the program. So as you can see, SurfSmart is the internet safety program that we have at WAGS, and this is one of the global programs. So we have more than 20 initiatives at global program, and the internet safety program, which we call SurfSmart, is one of them. Next slide, please. And if you see that, this program is because for global programs, we have, external funding for each initiatives for most of them. And for this program, particularly, our funder is Norton, which is the system management company based in US. So the SurfSmart intro, SurfSmart program is, again, Abhinesh also gave a brief introduction, but it is a fun, interactive, and unique non-formal educational program. So girl guides and girls and young women gain the skills, and in this case, it would be children and young people, because we are also working with young men and boys, gain the skills and confidence to navigate safely and positively online, and learning how to protect themselves and speak out for others in our increasingly digital world. Next slide, please. So SurfSmart, where do we take after the SurfSmart curriculum? It's a digital adventure during which you will be able to find out about the tools that will help you stay safe and make thoughtful and balanced decisions when connected online. And it will also help you to explore how to get more out of your time online and connect positively with local and global communities, and look into ways you can actively participate in a digital communities and practice being a digital citizen responsibly. Next slide. So now, particularly coming to social media literacy. So I'm not talking about anything, beyond the curriculum. Just give me one moment. I'm sorry for that because I'm with my children, so they are kind of disturbing me. So sorry about that. So coming back to the session, so here we are talking about social media literacy, and we are not. What I was telling you was I'm not going anything beyond the curriculum, So we have different issues and topics covered in the SASMA curriculum, and one of them is also social media. So let's talk about what social media literacy mean and our online privacy mean for for us, for you and me. Okay, next slide. So social and before coming to social media, what leads to social media is our social networks. So social networks have always been a part of human life. Our first ever social network is where we come from, like the family. We belong to our friends and community. If you can just click the next. Mhm. Yeah, so if you can see, these are the practical social networks that we have around us. So each one of us have. So some of those are like the school, where all of us attend to get a formal education, and then our neighborhood, because in our neighborhood there are a lot of things, right? Like I've also mentioned clubs here. So the local clubs where we socialize, we do a lot of activities in our local level, and one of them is also a Scout and Guiding Association. And I guess all of us realize how big the Scouts and Guiding Association has, the links and networks that we have. And if you look into our friend circles, very limited people actually have the link and network that a scout or a guide has. Like for example, like I feel like I have more links and relations, public relations, than any other friend in my list who has the network, social networks. And for example, and there's another example of musical team, one of the social networks. So every network affects you differently and shapes your belief, activities, worldviews, likes and dislikes. So every situation differs one to another. Next slide. So now here we come with social media. So when we talk about social media is also network, and just as every other network, it affects our lives, beliefs, and well-being. So it really matters, what kind of social media, social network we are into. And social media is a powerful tool for communication, learning, and advocacy. Next slide. So look at social media and you will see that you also have a social network. They're made of the people you know, which extends to the people your contacts are connected to. There are also the pages, groups, and products you might follow. So there's an example, like you can see there's like for social media, there's networks, there's a lot of things that we do in social media, the trends that we follow, the people we follow, in the kind of friends, the networks that we have, the communication, the news that we see, the search that we do, the research that we do, and lots of variety of things. So although there are important risks using social media, we can also acknowledge that they can actually be used in a positive ways to believe our lives, right? Benefit our lives, sorry. So that's how social media is connected to us in this century. Next slide. So to be able to get the best out of the social media, we need to reflect on how we use them, what aspects of our lives are affected, and how we can avoid negative impact or turn it into a positive outcome. So let us discuss how we use social media touches and affects your life. Okay, so I would like all of you request you to drop down in chat what you feel and how you are actually using some of these things, like skills and learning barriers or opportunities through social media. If you have an example of, if you have a live experience of your own, then if you could drop down in chat, and I will read them out, some of them right now. and something related to support and mental well-being, how social media is affecting this, or how social media is affecting the relationship, social issues and active citizenship, personal image and self-esteem, other risks and opportunities. I'll just check if you have started dropping down any thing yet in the chat. So someone from East Central Railway, Ronak, shares, social media gives me many general knowledge and current affairs. Yes, indeed. So social media is, I would say, the heart of being online right now, because we all most of us, we are using social media, and it's kind of giving us a general knowledge of a current affairs. Any other ideas, any other sharing that you want to do? So social media gives me new friends and job. Yes, I guess many of us has also found jobs through social media. Social media helps to communicate, definitely. It also teaches you how to communicate in many cases, right? To improve friendship, yes. So you don't have to be a loner if you are part of a social media. In some cases, I got many positive responses from social media to motivate myself. Yes, I think it's very good that we can utilize some of the positive aspects of social media. Social media given good awareness from others. Yes, social media helps to uh, related with people. Yeah, keep on being in relation with the people. Social media platform is the best. Promote creativity, expose our talent. Okay, so those are really great sharing from your side. So let's go to the next slide now. So most of the things that you shared right now are more positive. So let's now also look at some of the negative or the risks of social media, because when there is a positive side, there is also a negative side of each aspect, each of the thing. And for the social media as well, we do have risks or negative effects. So in terms of, so what we have done is we have categorized it into different topics. So for skills and learning, some of the risks, negative effects of social media are, it can actually hinder interpersonal and communication skills, because when we are only following social media, and we might not be actually working on our interpersonal skills of communication. And some of other risks, negative aspects are reduced ability to succeed in real world social arenas. So while we are only being online and only being very active in a social media, we might actually forget how to actually interact in a real world, right? So that can actually be some of the negative effects. While the positives, most of you have already shared the positive aspects here, and you are continuing to do that, but I'll just read down what we have prepared. So it actually builds digital knowledge and skills. Definitely, someone also expressed that. Facilitates access to education content and trainers. So I think that was also mentioned in the chat. And broadens understanding of global perspective. Definitely it does that, right? So next slide. Now moving into support and mental well-being. So how does it help us, or the negative effects? So some of the negative effects, if I go first, are increased risks of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Because when we are more involved in social media, we are really worried about what people would think about my social media profile, or if I um, don't let's talk about a particular like photo that I post, and people are actually negatively expressing their feedback, then people are really, we tend to become very anxious, and that leads to depression. So that's some of the negative effect for mental well-being. Decline in real world interaction, again, when we are more active online, but then we forget to actually um, understand and know how we interact in the real world. So that those are some of the negative effects. And when it comes to positives, definitely it offers supports network based on shared interests, right? and then strengthens bonds with distant family and friends. Because with this generation, I think most of our, at least one person in our maybe small or an extended family is living abroad or living, in a distant location than we are. So definitely it brings us together. So that those are some of the positives. Moving ahead, next slide. So how it affects to relationships. Some of the negatives are overuse can reduce real world connection, again, the same thing, and risks of online harassment and cyberbullying. So there is definitely, the risks if we are not aware and if we ignore the fact, then we are really at the risk of online harassment and cyberbullying. So some of the positive use of social media again for relationships are it removes barriers to building connections globally, and it helps strengthen existing relationships. So yes, next slide. And in terms of social change and active citizenship, so some of the risks are encourages slacktivism, passive support for causes. So slacktivism is a concept where people actually supports the cause, support the issue, but it's a passive support because they don't want to make any action, they don't want to contribute to it. They support the cause, but then they don't uh, do anything, in terms of solving it. So that's slacktivism. Can then desensitize users to social issues. So people might not actually, remember what's the main cause and main issue, and it actually becomes desensitized. So where we talk about positive use on social change and active citizenship, so it raises awareness for local and global causes, and then it also promotes active citizenship and real life changes. Next slide. So when we talk about personal image and self-esteem, some of the risks are, so exposure to unattainable beauty standards, because we also have another program at WAX. We call it Free Being Me and Action on Body Confidence. So, so what happens normally online is that, there's a lot of, if you look at TikTok or Instagram, we have a lot of filters, right? So people do like themselves, and we all have our own beauty standards. So people do like to use that to show yourself, beautiful or, attractive. So then there is like the standard is in a different level, which is definitely unattainable. And then there is also a risk of personal data misuse and harassment. Then the positives, some of the positives are provides a sense of belonging and representation. Okay. So while we talk about other risks and opportunities, so some of the other negative effects of social media on risk can be inappropriate, upsetting or distressing content that we see online, which can be really disturbing. And then online harassment like cyberbullying can, we can also face that. So that's one of the negative effect. Then we also have risks of sharing personal information with strangers, because when we overuse, like let's say continuing use uh, of social media, sometimes we might feel that some people are not strangers, and then we might be ending up sharing our personal information. Then some of the positive use of social media again extends offline interaction into digital space. So if you think, there are more, like if you have more ideas of the risks or the positives on different categories, also please don't hesitate to, drop in the chat. I can see one comment that someone is saying, sorry, I don't know English. Maybe there is, I don't know, the possibility of giving the gist to this person in Hindi or, explanation later on. Okay, so next slide. So what we do in SerSmart is, we actually we want to use social media positively, and we want to actually ask people to do that as well. Next. So some of the things that we have mentioned here are some of the ways to use social media in a positive way. But I would also again like to request, if you have any ideas of how we can use social media positively, please drop again in the chat box, while I'll just read down what I have here in the presentation. So use of social media to build digital skills and expand knowledge. So seek and provide support through shared interest communities. Strengthen relationships by staying connected. Engage in active citizenship and promote social change. And reflect on your use to avoid risks and maximize benefits. So it's not just about using social media, but how we use it positively. So these are some of the things that we have also mentioned in the curriculum. If you look at the SerSmart 2.0 curriculum, then you will just go back for some time. Yeah. So some of the things that we have mentioned in the curriculum as well, how we can use it positively. So when what we normally say is, when you're using something, it's also your responsibility that you use it positively, and you actually promote positive message online. So these are some of the things, and I can see some of you have also mentioned use social media positively, yes, by sharing inspiring content, engaging in constructive dialogue, and following reputable sources to promote learning and connectivity. We can use social media to spread world, brotherhood, and sisterhood. Yes, definitely. So those are really inspiring feedback, and I hope you can use this SerSmart curriculum and the social media activity also in accordingly. So next slide, please. So now we come to online privacy. So let's see what online privacy means. Next slide. So online privacy refers to the ability to control personal data shared online, ensuring it is protected from unauthorized access, misuse, or exploitation. So here are a few things for protecting online privacy. For example, Brave Space. So creating safe environments for online discussions. So what we do also when we do the program is we always, this is a mandatory activity. This is a kind of a mandatory activity that we recommend our leaders and our member organization to do, to create a brave and safe space where there is a there is a trust environment, and then the environment where we can share and express what we feel. So creating that safe environment for online discussion is one of the feedback which we think is very important. And then the perfect password. So these are also the activities that are from the SerSmart curriculum. I'm sure some of you have also done the activities, or some of you might not have, so you can always try out the activity by downloading the SerSmart curriculum from the wax.org website. So perfect passwords. So learning to create secure passwords. So we also have an activity where we encourage to make a perfect password. Nothing is perfect, but then we have a very simple step-by-step method of how we can actually create a safe and perfect password, which we can remember at the same time, which is difficult for people to guess. Any people who wants to guess our password. And then there is a share it or keep it activity. So deciding what is safe to share online. So sometimes, there can be a situation, and most of the children that we work with are also not sure, what are the things that we can share online and what are the things that we cannot share online. So this activity actually helps them to, decide on that category. And then advocacy campaigns, so promoting safe and inclusive online spaces. So we in SASMAT program, we do have, advocacy program where we have actually recruited young women. So this time it was 185 young women from different countries, and they worked with us through different, small local level campaigns, the MO level and local level campaigns in their community to work on the areas of, cyberbullying, misinformation, disinformation, use of social media. So different topics they worked on, and that's how they actually promoted it. Next slide. So, can I see if you have done this activity, perfect password? Can I see hand raised? How many hands raised here who has done this activity? Okay, some of you have done it. Okay, I can see that not all of you have have actually done it. So I'll just take you briefly to this activity. Sorry. So a good password is use of a mixer of just give me one. Okay. A mixture of letters. I think most of you might know this, but then just to repeat, letters, numbers, and symbols. And like I said earlier, it should be hard for someone to guess, but easy for yourself to remember. Next one. Next slide. So what we recommend is that you choose a memorable object or a favorite phrase or saying, such as a line from your favorite book or film, or something that you like. And now think how to turn this phrase into a hard to guess but easy to remember password with at least 8 characters using a mixture of letters, numbers, and symbols. To help, draw grid with 2 rows and as many columns as there are different letters in your password. So if using a phrase, use the first letter of each word. Write the letters in the top row and a corresponding symbol or number below it. For example, here the easy to guess word butterfly becomes, you can see B at the rate. For T we have plus plus, 3, number 3, R, a small f. For L we have number 1 and then capital Y, which is a much better password. So yeah, I can see some of you have sent your password. Yeah, Sanjay, that's a strong password, I would say. Shiona, yes, I think that's also a good password. So you all can actually try this out, later and see if it's helpful for you. Next slide. So now coming to around the end of my presentation. So these are some of the glimpses of the SASMA program. So it's been for SASMA program for 2.0, it's almost been 5 years that we are implementing. Before that, it was the SASMA program, which was not the updated one, but in 2021 we updated SASMA curriculum in 2.0. And by this program, we have actually reached more than 600,000 lives around the world, and India has always been one of the biggest partner delivering the SASMAT program as well. On your right, you can see this was from the recent last Jamboree in National Jamboree in India, which happened in Jodhpur. So that's a lovely BSG volunteer team also, and I personally enjoyed working with them. And we had the Wax Global Village, where we delivered SASMAT as one of the global programs, and some other programs as well, the Free Being Me program, um, and we had the climate change program, and also the world centers were there. So yeah, so it's a lovely picture. And on your right, on your left, you can see my participation in the academy, which is a Europe region program. Next one, next slide. Yeah, and again, this SASMAT was delivered in the Jamboree, recent Jamboree in Taiwan. So these are some of the glimpses from that. Next slide. Yeah, again, in various countries, in Tunisia, in Uganda. So we have programs in Oman, so and in Malaysia. So we have we've been running the SASMAT program, and it's creating difference, and people, the girls and young women, and in some cases boys are also learning about the internet safety, our internet safety program through SASMAT. Next slide. So if you have any question, do reach us out. So if you have a question where we actually download the curriculum, so you can see the WAX website, www.wax.org, and you can also follow us in social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WAX World. And if you have any particular question regarding SASMAT, you can also reach us out at sasmart@wax.com. So that's our email. So you can write to us anytime if you have any questions regarding the program. So thank you once again. Really lovely to be here today. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request all the participants, if you have any doubt, you can ask ma'am. Is there any doubt, or if you want to clarify anything from the ma'am, you can ask me.
I am Sudeep Sahu from Ghaziabad. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, are you listening me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Can senior citizen take part in a scout guide program over 60 years age? You can get experience of senior citizens in managing a scout and guide organization, and their skill can be used. I think senior citizen must be involved in nation building also. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Arif sir, would you like to answer that, because it relates to BSG?
Yes, sir, definitely. You are welcome, and you can join Bharat Scouts and Guides anytime, any moment. So, as a leader, yeah, as a commissioner, you can support Bharat Scouts and Guides. As you know, that scouting has no age, right from 6 to unlimited. Yes,
Yes.
you can join scouting and you can attach with us. So, you are from which place, sir?
I am from Ghaziabad. My friend Rajnikant Shukla is also from Scout and Guide. I will
So definitely
meet him and I will
join with
say him
Uttar
to
Pradesh
join me.
state. You can join with Uttar Pradesh state, and we are really happy to have you with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Shukriya.
Yeah, is there anyone? Anyone want to ask anything to Prerna madam?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes, please continue.
Ma'am, how to detect new types of fraud in social media?
Prerna, I think this is your subject. Please handle.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Ma'am, how to protect new types of fraud in social media? How to detect?
So, what we recommend in the South Smart program is that you do your research, because it's a technical part. If you want to detect any fraud, but there can be situation when you are, let's say, do a e-shopping, and you feel like this is not safe. So we have an activity where we teach like how to analyze fake or real uh, story or link online. So if you look at the curriculum, then we have certain things mentioned there, like for example, sometimes some news are really fishy, right? It might not be aligning, the font might not be aligning, or you can see some defect in the URL itself. So those kind of things will have to analyze. And let's say someone has posted a story online in a social media, and normally what we suggest, we don't believe it just by looking at that. We have to do our own research, if it's just to recheck the source of the content that has been posted. So only by verifying that, we would actually know if it's a fraud or if it's a real story. So I would recommend that you actually go through a real and fake activity in the SASMAT curriculum. That will give you an idea of how to do the analysis of the analyzing fraud story.
Nowadays, many news are coming.
Yes.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Nowadays, fraudster make video calls and house arrest and take money, then release you and say that we are issuing certificate, no objection certificate. This is wrong, and report it to 1930. Cybercrime post any fraud regarding cybercrime must be reported to 1930. It is a government number. Then report to police also. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudipji. Now, our next program, I request Avnesh, please use carry on.
Yes. Can anybody share the experience of this program? Is there anybody willing to share their experience on this digital festival of SouthSmart 2.0 program?
I'm Dr. Sabarmati.
Sorry.
Hello. Am I
Yes, ma'am.
audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can continue.
I am an advanced ranger leader, Don Bosco district, Tamil Nadu BSG. So when I started participating in this digital fest, all my circle, they were very excited to see my post on online safety. Even my friends started participating in that, and my students community, they're all very much following me, and they enjoyed and they appreciated all my posts. So truly I enjoyed participating in this festival. I personally gained more awareness on online safety. That is truly enjoying, and different kinds of activity, not only posting awareness like a video, only video, They conducted puzzles, crossword puzzle, picture puzzle, quizzes, a lot of excitement in participating. Thank you so much for this initiation. And as you quote, let us continue together to create awareness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable comments. Is there anybody?
Yes, sir. Can I speak?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I am Vishnu Dhiman. I'm a scout of West Bengal State Association. Before SASMA 2, I thought online safety was someone else's responsibility, but now I know it's mine too. SASMA 2.2 taught me how to spot online scams and phishing email, how to set strong privacy setting on social media, how to protect my digital footprint. Now I'm verify online resources before sharing, and I use two-factor password, and I'm think twice before clicking any links or touching any applications. SearchNet 2.0 also showed me the importance of be kind online and respecting others in online. Thanks to SearchNet 2, thanks to SearchNet 2.0, I'm confident in my online safety skills. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vishnu. We are glad that you gained so much knowledge in this festival.
Hello, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Uh, w- we are daily posting all tasks, so search bar 2.0 see our taxes.
Sorry, can you repeat?
We are
I was
posting
watching.
daily tasks, so search bar 2.0 see our all post.
Yeah, they used to like, some post liked by BSG, DSG, no. Even I used to watch all the participants' posts. All are making great.
Yes, Avinash, continue, please.
Can you see my all post? I will tag it BSG DSG India.
Sir, can we go forward, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I request Sangamitra to give vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Avinash. It is my privilege to extend heartful gratitude on behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Headquarters to all those who made this event a success. First and foremost, our deepest thanks to our chief guest and speaker, Ms. Prerana Shakya ma'am, for gracing us with her presence and sharing inspiring thoughts that added immense value to today's program. A big thank to you to the BSG, DSG Surf Smart 2.0 team, facilitators, and behind the scenes heroes for their dedication and hard work, ensuring that every detail was flawlessly executed. To all the participants and attendees, your enthusiasm and active engagement are what make event like this meaningful. Again, thank you for joining us and making it a memorable occasion. Thank you so much once again to all of you. Let us carry forward the lesson and inspiring from today. Thank you and have a wonderful evening ahead.
I request all the participants to turn on the camera. We can have one group photo session. I request all the participants to turn on the camera.
Share the group photo in WhatsApp
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
in our group.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice? Together we can change the world.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. How Shane? How to send a
We can leave, no?
Yes, I think group photo is over, so everybody can leave now. Thank you very much, and hope we'll come back to you
I have
soon. Those who have completed their
Thank you, sir.
activity
Thank
pack,
you, ma'am.
they
Thank
have
you so
completed
much.
their
I have question.
Thank you.
I have